Well, we're officially here. We're officially at the end of an era. An era for Kmart shoppers. Or at least near the end. Hey guys, this is Dashiell Rose here, back with some news-related videos. I want to talk about this, this is some unfortunate news, but honestly, probably not shocking for a lot of people. Kmart is finally pretty much just gone. What do I mean by that? Well, Kmart's been struggling for a long time. They've been struggling for actually years. Actually, not just years, decades. They've been struggling for decades, and they are now finally hitting the coffin and all that, and there was only a few remaining Kmarts, because last year we had 3, and then we have 2, and now we're going to have 1. Well, sort of. Sort of. I'm going to explain why, but first, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, /X, and you guys also can follow me on Instagram, too. Yeah, you guys can follow me on there. And I'm actually feeling better than yesterday. I'm still not very happy about what happened, but I do feel better, and like I've said, I'm trying to work on, solving some problems I've been dealing with, and some issues. Because I do have issues. I have bipolar. And when someone like me has bipolar, it's very hard. It kind of is random. That's why I post those videos, to keep up with you guys and all that. Technically, I could have just made a post on YouTube, but I'm like, I felt like that needed to be a video. But luckily, I'm back, and it didn't take me a couple days to recover. Surprisingly, losing friends and all that is very hard. But yeah, I am back and all that. So at least I am definitely feeling a bit better. Still not feeling great, especially with another unfortunate news I will be talking about after this one. So, yes, but anywho, let's go ahead and just get into this, because, I want to talk about this. So, my experience with Kmart, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not very super familiar with Kmart. Well, I am familiar with it, because I shopped there a lot growing up. I did shop there growing up. I used to go, because we had a Kmart on the Boulevard or by Target in Jeff, and it was actually very popular. It had a lot of customers and all that, and it basically, was a very popular, place. People like shopping there. I don't think it was as popular as Target and Jeff, but it still got, Target and Walmart, but it still had a lot of people there. Because I know, I have to pass there all the time when we were going grocery shopping or something. But because the company itself, has been struggling for decades, they've been closing down stores nonstop. They've been struggling for a long time, and this honestly is not Amazon's fault. I can say Amazon has put out a lot of business. They put out, people out of a job and all that because, it's easier to shop online, which is kind of concerning for the future, but that's the thing, though, is you can still go to stores and all that, but people, a lot of times will order something online because it's a lot easier than going to the store, and that is kind of a problem because, 1, people are not getting, a lot of customers and going out of business. 2, people are not, being able to socialize and all that because they're cooped up in their house. Which, this worked when there was, the pandemic and all that, but for the most part, you want to be out more. Being cooped in your house, honestly, I was only cooped in a house for, about 6 months, and I was already freaking losing it. To be fair, our state wasn't closed as long as other states, but still, I can kind of see where people might start figuring out this stuff, and all that, so I can kind of understand, But with Kmart, they've been struggling for decades. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, how they went downhill. But I do know, even in the 90s, I think they were closing stores down and all that. We had a Kmart in apparently Fulton, It's where Tractor Supply is at now. I've been there. It's actually pretty nice. Got nice people there, you know. And, you know, it's pretty nice. They actually just remodeled the place. They pretty much took down the tape on the walls and all that, kind of, you know, getting rid of that 90s and 2000s, you know, look to the store, which I don't know why they put tape on the walls to begin with. It looked nice, but I'm like, I don't know, I kind of feel like they should have at least painted it and kept it up there, you know, keep the look, but, you know, keep it, you know, something, you know, but, because it looked kind of cool, but it's whatever, I suppose. I mean, it's just kind of the world we live in, you know, and they all have to match, and that's kind of how it was back then. I just felt like it made it stand out a bit more than other stores, because I think a lot of stores back in the day had that stuff up there, so, yeah, but I was told that they closed in the 90s, I just don't know when, so they closed years ago. You know, so I'm not even able to look at Google Maps. So, but that's the thing, a lot of locations when I went to growing up, they closed them down. So they didn't have a lot of, they were all spread apart and all that. So, unlike Walmart and Target, I didn't have as much experience with Kmart. But I still remember having some fun times with it. They were a little pricey, but, you know, they weren't like horribly expensive. Like, I've been to some stores, oh boy, some of the prices are freaking horribly expensive. Like, have you guys been to Dillard's? There's a store called Dillard's. I don't want to do a review on the store yet because I want to be in more of them, you know, before I judge it. But there's this Dillard's in Jeff as well. I go to, I've gone to in the past. I mean, it has a lot of nice clothes. Like, the clothes are really nice there, but they're freaking outrageous expensive. Like, a lot of those clothes, I'm like, I can go to a Walmart and find it so much, you know, cheaper, which is a shame because they have some nice stuff there. And they have some clearance stuff, but the clearance, it's a lot of, like, dress-up stuff and all, and I want just nice shirts to wear, like, have some color and all that, you know, I like colors, you know, it's just my thing, and I don't know, it's just kind of, you know, it's one of those things, you know, I'm just like, it's expensive, you know, like, why would you want to shop there? Kmart was in a similar way, but I still bought some stuff at Kmart because I love supporting them, but, of course, it had to come to an end when they closed it back in 2017. It and Sears both closed down. They both closed them both down. And I actually thought about recording. I didn't record Sears. I kind of wish I did, but because I don't know if I ever got a recording of Sears. Kmart, I can't remember if I recorded it or not, but I thought about doing it when we were leaving, but I didn't want, like I wasn't worried about someone yelling at me because I'm like, you know, if someone yells at me for recording, I'll just be like, you know, I'll just leave then, you know, because people do that. Like, I've seen people record stores that are shutting down and they still freaking, like, don't let them do it, you know, so it's a normal thing, you know, like, but, you know, they were closing it down, but I didn't want to do it because I'm like, there was still a lot of stuff on the shelves, but a lot of shelves were also empty, and I wanted to be reminded of, you know, the good memories, you know, so I didn't record. I kind of wish I did, though, now, because I didn't get to another Kmart, and, you know, that's kind of, I mean, I know the story's kind of going a long way here, but that's the thing. I've had a lot of memories, you know, going to these places, you know, and that was one of them. And I mean, I did buy some stuff there before they closed, but you know, I wasn't able, and I might show that off in the future because I do want to order some stuff. You can still order stuff on Kmart at the moment. So next month I'm going to do that. I almost forgot about that because I've got so much other stuff that's been going on lately. My dad's been having surgery, you know, and you know, summer in general is kind of chaotic and all that. It's just a mess and all that. I've been helping my family out, like my mom and all that with some stuff, you know, around her house, and it's just been crazy. Like, it's crazy. And I'm also trying to publish my book. Yeah, I've not talked about that. I need to be making a video on that, but I don't want to do it yet because I don't think I'm going to have time today. But I do want to make a video on it because I am going to work on publishing it. So, well, I mean, it's already published, like, well, it's already copyrighted, you know what I mean, like, but it's not, like, published, like, I'm self-publishing, I'm not taking it to a company to publish it, so, because I want to self-publish it. So if somebody tries to steal it, I'm gonna take them to court because I'll have the actual copy of the book, so someone can't steal it. But I still want to sell it. But I've been trying to do that too. I've been just busy. I've been busy like all summer and all that. So yeah, that's probably why I'm stressed out too and all that. So yeah, but the one thing I would like to do, I was wanting to do, but I didn't think it was ever going to happen, was travel to one of the last 3 Kmarts. Well, now 2, because this one, was closing. Well, 2, because the other one was closing. I think it was I don't remember where it was at. It was like in Maine or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was closing. But the thing is, though, is it left us to like 2, and all that, and because that one, and I actually did make a phone call with this one, so I do have a recording of the phone call at least. I have a recording, I think, of both of them. The other one kind of sucks, the one in Florida, because I don't know, I just can't, like I said, I can't understand the lady and all that. They need a translated thing, or where you can translate what they're saying, that would make it so much better. It's not the people's fault, it's just, I just can't understand them, they're like East Indian or Hispanic, I can't tell their language, but they speak in like an accent, like, for example, what was it, The Simpsons, oh yeah, Apu, like, they speak in that accent, only Apu I can understand, I think he wasn't actually voiced by an actual Hispanic person, but still, there are Hispanic, / East Indian people who can talk like that, and I can understand them, but I just couldn't understand, the person on the phone, and that's kind of a problem, because when you're trying to do something, because I was going to try to call them about, like, ordering stuff, but, or no, I think it was about gift cards, because I was actually recording the phone call, too, but, I never got anything, because I'm recording it because, they're closing them all down. Now, this one, you're probably looking at, too, well, why am I showing off a blue, I haven't mentioned the blue, sign yet. It's actually not photoshopped. It's actually what it really looked like. Yeah, for some reason, this Kmart had a blue sign. I'm not sure if there was any more of them, but yeah, Kmart had, like, a blue sign. They had, and then they switched it to red. In the last, I think, year or 2, they switched it. And honestly, they remodeled the building. And I kind of feel bad that, I don't know why they remodeled. I felt like keeping it, unique would have made more sense. But the thing is, though, is they remodeled the building and all that. And I guess that maybe that would help keep it in shape and all that. But I'm like, you don't have to remodel a building. I'm sure it was fine before. I mean, I've seen videos of it before they, remodeled the Kmart, and it looked really good. But they remodeled it. They got rid of the sign, which the sign honestly was kind of fading away. I can kind of maybe understand why maybe they changed it, because it was fading away. But I'm pretty sure they probably could have just made another blue one, But it makes me wonder if there were more of them out there, which there probably was, but, this is the only one I really know about because it was one of the last couple Kmarts. But yes, sadly, though, it is closing down, leaving us just one in Florida, and, yeah, that one, like I said, was kind of a pain to kind of call them because I couldn't get a hold of the people there, but, no, I was thinking of Sears is the one Sears I tried calling. I could not get a hold of Sears at all, and I might try to order something from Sears too. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, though, but I'll try to see if I can. Because, Sears is going out of business too. They're like, they shut them almost all down too. With Kmart, I will say the good news is with Kmart, they're still in Australia. There's still a few, there's actually quite a few in Australia. So they're big in Australia, just not up here, which I'm not really sure why. I guess maybe they're owned by a different corporation. I don't know. Well, I think Target owns them down there, but Target owns Kmart up here too. So I'm really not sure what's gonna happen, with that either. Like, are they gonna eventually just make a little mini Kmart store like they did with with what Toys R Us is doing, just make little mini ones and maybe eventually open up smaller, stores. Because I noticed Toys R Us is coming back and they're actually opening up smaller stores. Or are they just gonna, just put all the products? I've been hearing people saying they're finding Kmart products in Targets and all that. So I don't really know what's going on there, but it would be nice to keep the company alive, but at this point, I'm just like, I don't know, there's not really much for it to really stand out either, which, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, I miss Kmart, I do, but I don't miss them, as much as Toys R Us, Toys R Us was actually really expensive. I've been there, they were freaking expensive, but they were still a cool store, too, to go to, but, Toys R Us, or we had, what was it? We had like Hastings and Blockbuster. Hastings was a smaller movie store chain, but we also had Blockbuster. Because that's why the last Blockbuster store is still around, because there's things for it to stand out. If they just left one Kmart store, they could still get people probably to come by, but there's not really anything for it to really stand out. It'd be cool to visit, the last Kmart store, but it'd be just like, there's not really anything about it to make it stand out, Unless they want to turn the last Kmart store maybe into a museum or something with Kmart, they could probably do that, and then maybe could maybe stand out, but because I wouldn't mind seeing at least one store stand out, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think they're pretty much just closing them all down, and they've been bought out by the company who owns Target, so. I forgot that company's name, but they bought out him, I think, in last year. Last year or the year before, they bought him out. So I don't even think Sears owns them anymore. Sears, I don't even think is owned by, it's owned by them. I think Sears is kind of just its own thing, but they're just kind of going out too. But that just means that we're pretty much just down to one, store left. One store left, and it's really sad, it really is, but honestly, compared to other stores that have shut down, I'm sad, but not not as sad as other stores, but I'm still sad they're shutting down, and their fate kind of ended like this, because I think they still had a pretty good store and all that, and I can't say, I can say the one in Jeff was really good. A lot of the other ones I don't even know. I haven't really been, I might have been to some other Kmarts when I was little. I don't know, because I was doing this thing, at least with McDonald's and all that. I was trying to video, different looks and all, and different versions of these restaurants. Trying to get, in Kmart, is known for having their different signs. But they had so many different signs. They had this blue one here, as I found out later on, and there was this blue one here, and then there was the normal red one, which is what they, had afterwards. It just said, it had a giant K and it said Mart on it. And some of them just spelt the whole thing out and the K was just next to it. And there were some that were, they were capital, well, the K was capitalized and all that. Ours was lowercase. Our Kmart was lowercase. But there's also the big Kmarts too, which I'm not sure what was the difference between them and the normal Kmarts. I'm guessing maybe it was, they had a Sears too, maybe. I don't really know. I don't know what made them so much bigger than the others. What made them different. But it is sad, like I said, they've ended in this fate. And I'm just like, I have a feeling we're going to be losing a lot of businesses and all that because things are not very good in the world right now. Things are not very good, especially in America, because prices are very horrible and all that. And I don't know. I don't want to get too political here, but I don't know how well this election thing's going to go. And basically we're going to we may just be like this forever. Because a lot of I'm telling you, I watched the debate. The debate was bad with the president and stuff and all. They were both kind of bad, and I'm just, they both got Donald Trump talking about, which I don't know if that's true or not, but again, I don't want to say because there's no proof, but there are people around the world that do eat their own animals. It's very in other countries and all that, but I'm just like, it's still kind of a stupid thing to say. And then you have like, Kamala Harris saying that the world is in a lot better place than it was before, and it's not. And I mean, it would have been different if she went and said that like she's gonna make the world a better place. But no, she literally flat out said the obvious, saying the world's a better place and all that, and it's a lot better since Trump's not in office. And I'm like, it's actually worse. And I just like. And I mean, Donald Trump, he didn't even do a lot to fix a lot of, he messed up a lot of crap too when he was in office with the pandemic and all that, but still, I'm just saying, like, I feel like we would be better off with, different people being elected, instead of having having these two people be elected. But like I said, I don't want to go into too much of politics. I'm just saying that's kind of why where prices are going up and businesses are shuttering because of all this. But I don't know. But I'm hoping that things will get better. But I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here now and all that. I know it's kind of a strange way to end it off, but that's kind of what I feel like. A lot of businesses are just going to end up like Kmart, where they're going to shut them all down, and there could be some like that'll survive, but they may struggle like this. And I just find it funny how Kmart is like Blockbuster, where like they were struggling for a long time, and they eventually closed they closed their locations down, but they closed them slowly down at a time. And it wasn't until the last like couple years of its life where it had like a few left, like Kmart is right now, and then they closed the remaining ones down, leaving only one. And that Blockbuster only lasted because it's the last Blockbuster, and it was owned by a family who decided to keep it open, which is good for them, good for them. And I kind of wish we could get more people like that with some of these other businesses, but I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and probably end up letting things go from here, though. So, rest in peace, Kmart. Even though you're still around in Australia, you're pretty much gone everywhere else. So, yeah, you may have a couple more probably on islands, I hear, too. But pretty much the entire U.S., everything is gone, like except for one Kmart in Florida. But I hear that's not even an actual Kmart. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. See you all later. Bye-bye.